Right now, we're watching as COVID rates across the United States, particularly, not surprisingly, in areas with lower vaccination rates, we're watching COVID spike once again. We have yet another massive wave of COVID. The Delta variant is now making up a little more than half of these cases, and the unvaccinated in the United States are accounting for a little under 100% of the deaths from the past month. So yes, we still have a very real COVID problem in this country because we have a vaccine problem in this country. So what are Republican-controlled state legislatures doing about this? Right? I mean, after all, most of the spikes are taking place in their states. The lower vaccination rates are typically found in red states. So what are they doing? Well, they're not actually calling for more people to get vaccinated. No, instead, you have state by state, in many instances, Republicans trying to pass anti-discrimination laws so that unvaccinated individuals cannot be discriminated against by businesses. Now, let's be clear. This isn't something that's actually happening. Okay, we are not witnessing mass discrimination against unvaccinated people here in the United States. But Republicans, just like with their transgender athlete ban, just like their no, you can't have vaccine passports, they've created another controversy where none should exist, trying to claim that the unvaccinated in this country are being persecuted. They're being turned away from businesses. They're not allowed to shop. They're not allowed to do all these things. And their legislation that, again, they're crafting state by state, they say it's going to put an end to it. It's going to make unvaccinated people essentially a protected class here in the United States. This is from Axios. On a national scale, well-known GOP figures have recently escalated their rhetoric about the vaccination effort, comparing it to Nazi Germany and apartheid. At a state level, there's more bite to the bark. Many Republican-led states have enacted some kind of restriction on vaccine mandates or vaccine passports, and some state lawmakers are now trying to make it illegal for employers, governments, or private businesses to treat unvaccinated people any differently than vaccinated people, using the same language found in federal civil rights law. Most of the measures are full of loopholes or have limited application, meaning unvaccinated residents may still face consequences for their decision, but vaccine requirements aren't very popular in general among employers, experts said, although it is relatively common among private businesses to have different rules for vaccinated and unvaccinated employees or customers. And a lot of those different requirements would be a sign on the door that says, if you're not vaccinated, please wear a mask. But to these Republicans, that's apparently discrimination. It's not saying if you're unvaccinated, you have to wear a mask or we're going to kick you out. It's, hey, if you're not vaccinated, please wear a mask. Or some still have requirements, vaccinated or not, you have to wear a mask in this establishment or you may not come in. That's what's happening. Okay, there are not these mass nationwide crackdowns on unvaccinated individuals. The Biden administration is not actively going door to door, forcibly injecting people as Republicans are fearing right now. We have a very real problem. And the problem is that the vaccine has somehow, like the disease itself a year ago, became politicized. With Republicans downplaying it and Democrats talking about the need to get over it by doing things to protect themselves and to protect others. But Republicans don't want to have any of that, right? They're done. They think the pandemic's over. They're ignoring the numbers. Lauren Boebert, as I've repeatedly said the best way to defeat the Delta variant, to make it go away, is to just turn off CNN. That's how they're treating this. And their supporters, their followers are dying. But instead of doing something about that, instead of stopping the deaths, instead of stopping the virus, Republicans are actively trying to stop any efforts to stop the virus. They are now taking the side of the coronavirus. And I'm sorry, but there's really no other way to say that.